Before we get into our survey and the results that we found, we wanted to introduce you to a few of the articles that we found in our research preparation to get ready for our surveys. These first few are all about brain research. This helped us create some research questions specifically about the brain and things that we know about it. The first article, Responsible Research and Innovation as a Novel Approach to Guide Educational Impact of Mind, Brain, and Education Research, discussed mind, brain, and education research that shows how educational intervention can improve and or impact how a learner processes information. This research studied neurofeedback in brain science. I found this really interesting because it said that the brain is very flexible. The research found that interventions such as this could cause negative impacts on students, which we found very interesting. The next article, Neuroscience Reveals That Boredom Hurts, studied the harmful effects of boredom on students' learning and their brains. Boredom can actually develop behaviors that lead to underachievement and impaired performance. I feel like teachers know this to a certain extent, but I had never researched it in relation to brain science before. The article also discusses how stress and emotions can impact boredom, which leads to impacting students' performances. We always found that students that are bored often tend to act out in class, which I have even definitely seen from the elementary level, but this article had some actual research behind it, which was really interesting. The last article for this section is titled Unconscious Emotions, Conscious Feelings. This article discusses positive and negative effects of emotions on learning and student behavior. This is kind of related to how the other article studied how boredom affects and that type of emotion affects education and students' learning. This neuroscience studied the connections between emotions and learning. There was a quote that really stood out in this particular article that states, "Misbehavior is to a classroom what pain is to a body." I thought this was really impactful because a lot of the times as teachers, we see misbehaviors as students lashing out, but we don't always think that it's like pain and they have to get it out. It's just their way of, just the way that they express how they're feeling. They may respond to or ignore specific behaviors, and a lot of the time, sometimes when they're learning how to deal with their emotions, it will automatically come out into the classroom.